it's over. Been a long season. Long season for Arifureta, and it went out the way I thought it was going out. And let's just say, your boy is not happy. So, let's get to it. Alright, what's up everybody? This is your Anime Legacy in the Anime Lounge, just chilling in the bed like I always do. Bringing you the final Arifureta video until season 4 comes out. It's like I said, been a long season. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. You know, but overall, had a lot of fun. Appreciate the series for giving me the most views I had on my channel. Some of these reviews, but unfortunately for this one, I've got to talk about it again. And unfortunately, this episode 16, this episode is why I hate episodes 5 through 9. More specifically, 6 through 9, but I'll throw 5 in there because that was the starter. Because everything was like, especially from 9 to 12 on, it was like check. Jesus Christ. Okay. See that? Even my washing machine didn't like it. But it was like check. You know. No real emotion. And this really is a problem for Haramechis in general. I mean, you know, like we had High School DxD, you know, with the whole Rainier intervention stuff. We have, you know, all of Rosario Vampire writing, Skune's whole character development out of that series. Recommend anybody who want to check that series out, read the manga, the 2-volume manga first before you watch the anime, because Skune is the best part of that whole series. And just Haramechis in general not treating male characters like they matter. I mean, we got the Koki stuff, and by the way, since episode 15 is all Koki all the time, I'll cover that when I do my random review on Koki, because, you know, I feel that Koki is a character, and especially when it comes to that episode, it needs its own discussion. But for the purposes, okay, hold on a second. I need this thing so I didn't want to fall over. My video. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Woo. purposes of this video, we gonna talk about just basically the aftermath of episode 15 and Koki waking up to the fact that basically, yeah, my boy, you not gonna hit. You know, I mean that's constantly a problem in this series. You know, it's constantly a problem. I mean, you know, Hayama in season 1 and 2, now Koki. You know, people gotta learn. You know, sometimes they not gonna let you hit. You know, you gotta let it go. Gotta find somebody else. And in Koki's case, unlike him, Shizuku went to rehab, and as I had said, you know, multiple times, when she went to rehab, she was gonna learn to call Hajime dad. And she said, basically informed Koki of this and said, yeah, you know how you failed your rehab? Yeah, I passed mine. I call Hajime daddy now, and I will be in his bed. You know, and when this is over, I will be in his bed. I don't care about your opinion. I don't care about you trying to talk about how me and Kari gonna be in it. Newsflash for the sake of you all who haven't run it, because they cut a lot of stuff out from the light novel. Yeah, Kari basically is trying to get her and Shizuku in bed with Hajime. If you read the light novel or listen to it like I did, Kari is completely fine with Shizuku being in bed with Hajime. Yeah. So Koki just taking fresh hot L's. Gon' keep taking them fresh hot L's. Now, he was about to take the big L because he says, even after he almost got beat down by Hajime in the last chapter and only got to live because Shizuku and Kairi would have a problem with him being dead. This man still got the nerve, after everything we've been through this season, to call Hajime a murderer and a killer who doesn't care about anyone or anything but himself in front of Shia. Now, we all know we went to war because we want Shia to be happy. That's the first 4 episodes this season. Hajime literally said in season 1, he was going to go and save Shia's family because he didn't want to see her crying and have her ears drooping. He obviously in episode 2, in episode 2, he said, we going to war because we don't want Shia to be sad. And what's going to make Shia happy is not having her little bunny sisters be, R-worded by some people. What's going to make her happy is not seeing her fellow rabbit men brothers being killed defending their women and their children. So, we went to war and heads went off. And, we got what we got. Somebody else's head went off that helped Liliana out, so, that we got that too. So, you gonna sit up here and say that after we done been through all this in front of Shia about how Hajime don't care about people. Yeah, see, Kairi saved that man's life right there when she slapped that man. Kairi saved that man's life. Y'all don't understand. Kairi, he acted like, Tio and Shia was not going to put him in the pack. Look over at Shizuku and Kairi and look at them like, if you got a problem, you feel free to join me. Hey, that's less women in here for us. We do not care. We are Hajime all day, every day around here, keeping it a buck. So you want to join that man in the pack? Feel free, my boy or my girl. Feel free. So, me and Ansto, just on a side note, the character I feel sorry for this whole sequence is Ryuto, because in the book he got a little bit worse. He had to deal with Tio and her being super Tio and going back to being pervert Tio. And he was getting a boner from that, and then he saw Yui naked, and he already got a crush on Yui and can't do nothing about that. Alright, somebody get that man the stash is what I say on that one. But the real reason I'm complaining about this chapter is the flashback or the recap of what happened to Hajime in season 1. Yes, it looks great, but the emotion's not behind it. There's no emotion behind it. They sped through everything. just to make the key. That's why I didn't want the key this season, because they just sped through it. There's no emotional weight. There's no impact on the girls. Like there's a great scene in the anime and in the light novel, I should say, if you actually go online and listen to the audiobook or read it, where T.O. sees this stuff for the first time and she's like, Master, how could you be so weak? Because the thought of Hajime not being large and in charge and capable of just taking on the world and what the world throws at him is not a concept that she is used to. I mean, literally, Hajime beat her down when she was under Shimizu's control to stop her from committing, murder. Well, more murder, because she did murder those other people. But, I mean, yeah. This is the first time Shio and Tio have seen this man weak. And honestly, this would have been a great moment for Kairi to establish herself and say, like, because that's not your Hajime, that's my Hajime. And then we get a flashback within a flashback of how Kairi fell in love with Hajime, which, for you people who haven't seen, people like Jess King, who have talked about this at length, basically Kairi fell in love with Hajime because back in the real world, or in Japan rather, there was this old lady being picked on by some thugs, and Hajime went up to her and tried to save her by fighting the thugs, but obviously, he was garbage Hajime, like he was in the flashbacks. He wasn't him. So basically what he did was he used his cunning and basically told a bunch of lies and he screamed out in public to make the thugs look worse than they were. And so Hajime basically saved the woman because the thugs didn't want to be embarrassed. And this struck a chord with Kairi, because basically to save a person, when you have the strength to, is no big feat to her. But saving someone when you have no strength, the way that Hajime did, is something that, impacted her. So Kairi loves Hajime for good reasons. She's just not like, has matured to the point of being Asuna from Sword Art, where she's like, I don't need to give you an explanation. Or rather, I should say, even Shizuku in this series, when she tells Koki that in this episode, like, I don't need to give you an explanation about why I want to be with this man and what my relationship status is going to be. I'm telling you this because I don't want you going crazy and him popping you in the head again. It don't matter what you say, it don't matter what you do, it don't matter what you think. It's my life, my decision. Get over it. You need some help getting over. Here's a picture and some loot. Do with that what you with. Basically. But yeah, that's what I was thinking could happen, and then basically just get the girl's reaction. And you could actually, even with Shizuku, put one of two flashbacks in there. You could put a flashback, since we talking about her being officially a part of the harem now, that the first conversation that she had with Hajime, where she tried to apologize for Kairi, because obviously, as we found out in episode 12 or 13, she went through a similar situation with Koki, so she understands, more than anyone, what Hajime was going through when he was being bullied in the real world by Hayama for Kairi liking him. Which is one of the main reasons, which is honestly the main reason I like Chapter 9, because a lot of Chapter 9 really does a good job of establishing this relationship and saying that maybe, just maybe, if Hajime had done some stuff for Shizuku in the real world, she may have fallen for him, before Kairi did. Or like Kyrie did. Or you could have just chose the flashback where, you know, Shizuku got into the conversation with everybody and tried to tell everybody how strong Hajime was when Kyrie left with him at the beginning of season 2, and everybody asked her, would Kyrie be safe with him, and she said yes. But we get none of that. We just speed through it so we can get the keys so we can set up next season with the ambush. And, I'm like, you know, it's just so disappointing. Just so disappointing on how that went down. And this is why, I can't wait for next week with Solo Leveling. Gonna do the episode 8 review today. And then I'm going to go back and do what I wanted to do for chapter 6 and 7 at some point. Because, yeah, that was, that was kind of hard. 7 I liked. 6 was obviously, it broke the internet. Nothing to say there. I'll get more into that in those reviews. But if you like anything you heard, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll try to start getting some of this stuff out because I really need to know how to clip stuff and cut stuff and edit stuff and, avoid copyright because I don't have the big mass following. Thank you for everybody who subscribes and follows and likes my channel. But I don't have a big following that other people have to fight copyright strikes. So, just you looking at my mug, me sitting here in my room, anime lounge, just giving you what I think about anime when I do it. So, thanks to everybody who watched. Catch you in the next one.